Jesus, we remember your kindness, even when we forget. You remind us how you left the 99 to find us.
Hi guys, welcome to Come and Keep the Conversation Light. I'm going to be asking Rob a few questions today about his transition, how he's found finding a new leader, and what he's going to be doing once he transitions out of the role of senior leader. So Rob, do you want to tell us a little bit about how you decided to step away from the role and how you kind of came up with the process that you did come up with for finding the new senior leader?
Yeah, so obviously I felt my season was up, or was coming to an end. So at the end of 24, I was just processing it as a person, not really talking too much, but and then we talked about it as a governmental team a little bit, and then I got up to speak on that first Sunday of 24, and it'd be 24, and I just felt God. So it'd be 23 that I was thinking towards the end of 23, 24. I just got up the first Sunday, and the Lord said it's okay to you won't be doing this talk in 27.
Right.
And it's okay to let the church know. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then obviously there was a process that we followed. Paul Manwaring helped us on that, which, ever so grateful to Paul for all the help that he gave. And then we as a church trustee body and leadership just, went on a process of transition where, 2 years process. And then, the 31st of January 26, we were going to announce the new leader, and then the chair of trustees said, could you delay it for a week, which we did. And then on I think it was the 7th of Feb this year, we announced that Tim would be taking over from myself. And, it was a long story.
Yeah.
Lots of different things that you go through, but, I believe that we got to the end of the process and God had provided the person to replace me.
Yeah. So did you feel during the process like it was quite clear about which direction to go with? Or was there quite a lot of back and forth, or did it feel like quite a clear direction, like, no, this is what God has said to do? Or how did you find that?
I found it, obviously the first thing is it wasn't my job to control the process. And also it wasn't my job to control others to come to a conclusion that I think we should have come to. So, yeah, that was to not control, because it's very easy to do that. And as a senior leader, you can easily control people just by words that you use, like, did God really say that? That questions your ability to hear God. And I didn't want to do that. There was pain in the process, having to tell people that you interviewed that they hadn't been successful was not easy. In the early start of the process, we communicate to people who weren't taken forward by email, but obviously latterly we spoke to them face to face, and that lives with you. It's not easy for people to hear probably what they don't want to hear. But it's in the difficult moments that you learn that actually it might have been difficult, but it was the right thing to do. And the other thing that I've learned, particularly latterly in my leadership, is not to listen to external noise.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we got there in the end, and I'm looking forward to actually Tim taking on the role. I think they're the right. Tim and Jess are a great couple. To permission them to change what they're taking on, to be really supportive of the new team and really encourage them, and only give opinions if you're asked, because it's very easy as someone passing something on to make your feelings known. Yeah. But I've done my season, and God has asked me to let go. So it's very easy to do that. And at the moment, working in Miracle House, I'm probably a bit of an irritation to people because I'm laughing and joking and, probably just not going through the motions, but I'm not doing the things that I would have been doing if I was continuing.
Yeah. And do you feel like you've got an idea of what you think the next season of your life is going to be like? Do you have like a vision for what maybe God has sent you to do in a new season, or any idea?
Initially, I felt that I had something that I thought I would be doing, but in sort of like spring of last year, it became clear that wasn't what I will be doing next. So, whilst that was hard to navigate, people give you feedback on you and, what you're good at and what you're not good at. It doesn't mean you have to. I mean, someone gives you feedback. I've learned you hold it there and you don't take it to heart. Yeah. You just listen to the feedback and review it. You ask people that are close to you, what feedback you get, does that resonate with you? And I've got some really close friends who helped me through that process. And then God made it clear that wasn't, you can blame, you can look at other people and say, well, they haven't wanted it or whatever. But the thing that I know is that God, all things work together for good for those that love him. So now I'm very comfortable that what I thought I'd be doing isn't God's plan for my life. Yeah. So the next question was, what would I be doing?
Yeah, are you completely open to ideas to what God's saying now?
Yeah, a lot of people around me would probably say that Rob isn't the most organised. He's not focused. I can picture someone who I work very closely with. That Rob's not always certain. So they would say if Rob says something on a Monday, we would probably leave it till Thursday before we did anything because he'd probably changed his mind. What I've learned is I feel has been revealed to me is that God isn't asking me to do anything myself, but to just surrender to him, and he will guide me in what he wants me to do next. And a couple of months ago, I was sort of in my devotional time, sitting in my garden room in Earl's Colne, and I started to get a little bit of a panic attack. And I kind of looked up. I don't know why I always think God's up when I'm talking to him. So I looked up and I said, God, 2027 is fast approaching, and I think I need to help you with my future. And I just sat there thinking, that was really stupid. How can you help the creator of the universe to decide your future?
He's thinking, sit back, Rob, I've got it, it's fine.
Exactly. But I am an activist. I like doing things. So I'm learning to step back and allow God to
it's easy
lead.
To think, what's next? Tell me what's next. But also, I think it's good. Well, you've also been so busy in this season, so it's also like a good plan to just have no plan and just see what happens. So I'm sure it's an exciting time of transition.
It is exciting. I've never done it. I've never done this before. I certainly don't want any form of leadership, like day-to-day leadership. I was 24 when I started, and I'll be 65 when I finished. 41 years is a long time to be part of local church leadership. There's not much I've not experienced. Whether I've done it well is a different question. But you experience. But in recent months, God has opened up something to me that I believe is his invitation for me to join him with his dream for my life, and it's been completely different than what I was thinking. And obviously, I've spoken with Tim. He knows the things that I'm exploring. So, I've been amazed by what God has done, and another keep conversation going. We can talk a little bit more about that. But
yeah, definitely.
what God has done has took me on a journey, and I'm amazed at what He's doing. It is precious for me to see that God, being a church leader isn't the end.
Yeah.
It's not the ultimate. It's closing that down. I'm not retiring. Yeah. I don't think God has asked me to hang my boots up. Yeah. I am excited by exploring a different way of doing things, particularly in reaching people. So I'm learning. I'm a novice at this. I'm not an evangelist, but I'm a novice at what God's leading me into. And so I've met a whole new community of people that are hopefully helping me on the journey of being a radical follower of Jesus and encouraging other people on that journey. So, just a simple thing. Every Monday to Friday, I join a Zoom prayer meeting. I hate Zoom meetings. If you know me, I'm not keen on Zoom meetings, but I meet with about 30 people at 6 in the morning till 6:40, praying for revival across Europe, and there are people on that call from different nations of the world. I don't really know how I got there, but it's but God. So that's really exciting. Another thing that I've been asked to do is I did an interview with someone, and they stopped me after 10 minutes and said, "Rob, we think you're talented," which no one has ever said that to me. I'd like to go back to my headmasters at school and say someone said I was talented. But anyway, they feel I'm talented, and they are encouraging me to write books. That's exciting. And they've asked me to write a story on the building of Miracle House.
Wow.
And it's not the one I want to do, but obviously they're helping me to do this, so I'm in submission to them and trying to write a book on something that happened 12 years ago. Yeah. But I'm getting there. Yeah. I've had my first little bit looked at. They read out all your stuff and asked you to correct it, and I was quite shocked that I didn't have too much red in my foreword, which I was a bit scary.
That's exciting.
So yeah, but you every book has got to be about 70,000 words. Wow. So it's like going back to school.
Yeah, got to get the word count in.
And then there's loving life, really.
Yeah.
I just hope, you guys, you know me, I hope I've done a good job in leading. Yeah, lots of errors, lots of things I'd change, but you only learn to do it better by experiencing doing it poorly.
Yeah.
There's no textbook for church leadership.
No.
So.
Well, it's been exciting to hear about your journey. I'm sure people will be excited to follow along to see what you do in the next year or so. But it's been good to chat to you. Thanks everyone for watching, and remember, do everything in love.
To find us.